Okay. And then for the second color, I encourage you to try something else. You can even try this light brown here, or one of the greener colors, or one of these oranges. Just something different. I'm gonna try this orange for this one. This one's like a reddish orange, or very orange.
Pretty. It's like a very bold, bright color.
Yeah.
Like a yellow.
So to make it blend, I'm overlapping with the yellow I had earlier.
Straight down where the lady walking, all the way straight, you'll see it. It's a very tight spot here, so let me scoot the chair forward, okay? Okay, be very careful, okay? You can hold my hand if you want. Yeah. Careful, be careful. Okay, little render walk.
Jim was done, huh?
Yeah. Getting nervous. I'm like, what? I should have like moved it forward a little more.
No problem. I can do it next time.
As long as I can guide them and hold their hand so they don't trip over us.
Mm. Now for these small ovals, I encourage you to try different colors, maybe different yellows, and play around with how much water you use or how much pigment you use to your liking. This one's more of the lighter yellow, but not the lightest one.
Let's see how everyone's doing. Ooh.
Yeah, check it out. I'll take a look at everyone's in a moment.
Nice.
And if the water's not quite behaving as you'd like it to, that's normal. Water control is one of the toughest things to learn for watercolor. It just takes a lot of practice and finesse. I'll try some other colors myself. We'll just do this for a few minutes and then we'll go ahead and paint the larger one on the other sheet.
How do you pick up again the water? I mean the extra moisture?
If there's too much on the paper? One way, which is probably the easiest, is to wipe the brush on paper. So now this is drier and it'll soak up what's on your paper. Yeah.
Squeeze in here.
It makes it look actually.
Are you able to get in there?
Okay, perfect. Hi, Sherry.
Hello.
Looks like you need some paper.
How was the lunch outing? Good?
That was good.
Where's the
You were
paper?
fit?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you made it.
We're doing the little warm up with oval shapes.
Nice wet and wet.
Oval shapes?
Yeah, to make pineapple.
Oh,
Let me give you a extra. I was telling everyone, this one's kind of blue. You don't have to make yours blue, but it's a nice reference for the shapes and the sizes
Oh,
and
okay,
proportions
yeah,
and stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So we're playing around with different oranges, yellows, and I suggest using 2 for each one. If you make it lighter on the top and darker on the bottom, it kind of has this illusion it's being lit from above. A little bit of that. Oh, this keeps changing. Hold on, I need to adjust this. There. Okay.
You need more napkins?
Oops.
Yeah, but
Let me finish this one.
these paints are
For this watercolor. That's how it is with watercolor. It's messy.
Yeah, it
it's
can be
fun.
very messy.
It's fun mixing colors.
If you have too much water, it might blend more than you'd like to. So then for your next one, use less. Or if it's not blending enough, then it's too dry. So more dry means less blending. More water means more blending.
Yeah. You're probably just gonna have to like mix it.
Try making a greenish
Or
one.
you can probably swipe it on this napkin until it cleans. Until it cleans.
If you want your blending to look more even, then
Yellow green, huh?
don't let it puddle. If it does puddle, the best, easiest way to remove it is to wipe your brush dry, which makes it drier than the paint on your paper, and use that to kind of soak it up like a sponge. Drying out your brush essentially turns it into a sponge. And that's one way to erase. This is too light, I think. Should make it darker. We'll give everyone a little bit more time to play around, and then we'll start with the larger pineapple. After that, we will practice the pattern that's on the surface with the lines.
That's gonna be hard. It looks
I think I can break it down into easier steps like this. It's kind of like painting fish scales.
That's very pretty though. It's really pretty.
Yeah, I think once you've got all the details in there, it looks really nice.
Which green did you use? Which green?
The green, I used the light green, which is that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna have you scoot forward a little bit so I can have him pass by. Sorry, I have a really tight spot.
Can we move this forward a little bit?
Yeah, let me try moving the
Take a moment
table.
to-
Yeah, let's try moving the. Oh, it's on off.
Okay, there you go. Welcome back.
Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's better. Thank you.
Okay.
This one?
Should we push it a bit closer, or is that okay?
That's fine for now. Other than that, I'm gonna move the painting just for people to pass by around here. Not too tight.
Alright.
I guess next time I'm just gonna have to move the tables.
Yeah, like a little bit further. It
Yeah.
might be a tiny bit tight there, but at least
Yeah.
people can get back
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think no one is going through here, only us.
Yeah, only us.
And then them, they're going to go back.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Okay.
So it looks like we only,
So-
have room, we only have room for about 3 residents, huh?
Yeah, last time we had, I think 6 here, but 1 on the end. So there were 7 here.
And two back there.
Yes, and 2 back there. Yeah.
Wow. So they were facing this way then? Some
Well,
of the
yeah.
residents were facing this way?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, so for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you wanna be able to see the screen.
Yeah.
We'd have to put 2 of these tables together there, and then if it comes to it,
so for the next step, we're going to do the same thing but larger. You can pick the color that you prefer on another sheet of paper. Now you'll see I have 2 examples where one I have 3 and one I have 2. I painted this one first and realized it might be really hard to paint these details this small, so you can, I would recommend do 2 or 1 big one per sheet. If you do a big one, you can turn it vertical and do it this way. I think I lost my paper, hold on. Where did that stack go?
You need something?
What are you looking for?
The pad of, I just had it in my hand.
Right
What was
there.
Pad of
Is that
paper.
it right there? In front
Oh
of
yeah, thank you. Okay, so maybe as the first one we'll do 2 for 1 sheet so they're a bit smaller. And I have this for reference for the colors that I like. I think I'm gonna go with this one, I like that one for myself. So I'm gonna paint one big one here and another one here. And for this one, you can go ahead and get started. It's the same thing but bigger. Make sure you do it on one side of the paper so you can fit two. And feel free to reference that printout to see how big you want to make this top part. I guess mine's going to be maybe that tall for the leaves. Yeah.
Matthew, would you like a tissue?
Green.
Oh, okay, let me know if you want a tissue.
Play this
See
again.
the orange in the
Hi.
background?
You need help?
No, the
You
yellow
lost?
there. Just the yellow.
You're freezing? It's not.
Oh, do you need a sweater or
You
a...
want a sweater? Does he have a sweater?
No, I'm gonna get it.
Okay, he's gonna get it. Yes, it is not. Yeah, he's gonna bring you. You want a sweater? He's gonna bring you one. Yeah, because the air conditioning doesn't feel like it's too cold. It's 71. That's kind of
cold to me.
It feels cold to you?
I said it doesn't feel
Yeah, it feels fine.
cold to me.
71.
What?
It's 71.
But
That's,
it's only like 74, 75 outside, so why would we even need to have the air conditioning on?
right. The air conditioning is, I don't think it's on.
I can feel it.
It's like on auto.
It's right here, it's coming right
Oh.
down at us.
At least it's working.
I don't
Is it
know.
too cold?
It's like on auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna paint with us, Jim?
I think he's waiting.
How cold is it?
I think he wants to watch.
Oh, you wanna watch?
Yeah.
Huh?
Do you wanna watch instead?
No, I could.
If you wanna paint, I can give you some pointers.
Mine's too light.
Okay. Well, we're making ovals with, I think most people are using yellow on top and then putting like one of these oranges on the bottom half. And feel free to practice on the sheet. You can start with the smaller ones. Like I have an example of smaller ones on top where it's only about this big, about the same
It's like
size
a
as
yellow
this.
orange.
Just practice making ovals and experiment with different colors and amounts of water. And I'll come by to check on everybody for anyone who's looking for help or instruction. I'll continue with painting my second one here. I'm gonna try different colors. Let's see. A little light green. There, you can use both sides. Yeah, that's a good question. It is double-sided.
Huh?
I'm gonna make a wider one here. There I have a wide pineapple.
Hanging pineapple.
Hi. And once you finish these two ovals, we can add the leaves on top. On mine, I used, I think this one is a bit closer. These two greens are very similar, but I think this one's slightly bluer. And this one's warmer. And I prefer this one myself. You can use either one.
You prefer which one?
Oh, I prefer this one because it's a bit warmer. If you don't want it so green, you can mix it with some brown to make it look more of like a closer to an army or olive green. I'm gonna mix mine with a little bit of brown. So this green, which is across from the black, mix with a little bit of the brown that is next to the black. It looks a little bit more natural to me. And for this one, I'm not making it as watery as my initial color because I want it very concentrated to make it dark. So when you feel and look at this one, it kind of looks like melted ice cream because it's thicker. It's kind of creamy in that way. How's it going, Jim? I see that's you got water on there.
I left for a note from it just started with some.
You could add yellow to that and it'll start to fill up that shape. So try putting your brush in here. Yeah, right there. And then drop that color on top of it. Yeah.
Great.
And then you can fill that whole area with the color that you like. Would you like it, Ken? So all you need is more water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bottom is
Yeah, I added like, you could use this or this is more of a darker yellow.
These first, because this is really wet.
Or you could mix in a little bit of brown for that. I recommend mixing it on here. If you need more paint, you could add a bit more water. Yeah, add a bit more water and a bit more paint. Yeah.
And now I should put in perhaps a little brown.
If you wanted a bit darker, maybe this one. This one is,
Yeah, which one?
I recommend this one just because this one's almost reddish. Just use a very little bit if you don't want it too red. And experiment with mixing it right here. Okay, there you go. Yeah. I think some of us are ready for the leaves, so if you'd like to practice on here, actually, you can. So I recommend, let's say I turn these upside down so I can pretend I'm going to paint these on here. What I recommend is this. Make one line down the middle. Oops, hold on.
Oh, you're still using your big brush too.
Yeah, you could use the smaller one if that's more comfortable for you. I think on the bigger one I'll use the big brush because I painted mine quite big. For this one you could try the smaller brush instead. So I painted one line down the middle as a guideline, and if you look at your reference photos you can get an idea of how big these leaves get and what direction they go in. And so I'm kind of looking at maybe one of like this one here. I'll just try to follow what I see there, having this center be my guide, and starting from the top in the middle, then working down these sides here, just adding more leaves, having them go down towards the center. Oops.
You're really good about doing that point on that brush.
Yeah, the trick to getting this point is to angle your brush the same way that your stroke is going. So if I'm painting a stroke going this way, I want this angle to go down that way. I wouldn't hold it like this. You want the stroke to follow the handle of your brush. That kind of helps because that way your strokes are following the hair, basically. If you were to do this, it could end up with a ragged edge and it's not pointed because you're using this edge here instead of this point here. You could also, if it's hard for you, you can tilt your paper so you don't have to turn your wrist so much. You can keep your brush at this angle, but just rotate your paper.
Now, how would you do the ones on the left?
The left here, this one?
So just pull, start at the top and come down?
Yeah, and try to hold it at this angle, the same angle I'm making the line, and then I'm tilting it a bit so that the tip is the first to touch that area, and then I press down to make a bigger stroke. So it looks like this. And feel free to practice like this too. on your practice sheet. This one can be totally messed up with practice strokes.
Which green did you do?
This green is across the black here.
Good then?
Hi, Jocelyn.
Hi, sorry, just.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
All good. Bye, Tanya.
Bye. See you guys tomorrow.
I use this green and mix it with a bit of the brown that's next to the black to make it more
Tomorrow,
warm.
when you get a chance, if you can show me. I'll try more.
Let me see if I can paint this step by step on here.
Yes, you're right.
So getting these strokes in is a little bit tricky. You can practice a bunch of strokes on the side. And again, if it's hard for you to turn your wrist the way you want it, you can turn the paper instead. For these really thin parts, you can use the tip of your brush. Here, I'll zoom in. What time is it? Okay.
Oh, well.
It's a bit tricky. For help or have any questions. That's looking good, Jim. That's looking good. You got, I mean, they have a nice gradient here. I think the next step is you could practice these leaves like the rest of us are here on a separate sheet. And then once this is dry, you can add them to that.
They're tough to do.
Okay, I think I can give some pointers on the leaves here. So after I'm seeing what you're doing, let me see if I can show it on the camera somehow. Zoom out a bit. So I'm holding my brush at a very specific angle to make this shape. If you were to look at it from a side view like this, it's at this angle. And what makes the nice leaf shape is starting with this tip here and then pressing down. This one didn't come out right because I'm holding it like this, but you want to use the shape of the brush to make the shape of your leaf. Because if you think about it, this brush is almost the same shape. So if you can turn it into kind of a stamp in a way, just by pressing it at the right angle. So the very tip is the sharpest point, and if you press down, it widens that belly, and it made that kind of a stroke. But with practice, you can kind of make a smooth stroke. It's about applying very gentle, even pressure.
We need a brush.
One of mine came out.
Yeah, that's good. If you're holding your brush more like this, it's too perpendicular. It's got to be more at an angle like that. So this way you could do it, but you have to use the tip of your brush to make the shape. But if you hold it this way, you can use the entire brush and press down once to make that. I know it might be a little bit challenging and confusing, but you can practice a bunch on your spare paper.
Is there a middle-sized pointy brush in the bucket?
Middle size, so between this size and that
I
one?
see, yeah, some, not the
Oh,
tiny.
maybe this one?
Yes. Thank you. I'll try that.
Yeah, that might help. If you want your leaves to look fuller, one recommendation I have is to let it get thicker on this side. So paint the leaves on the sides of this instead of on the center. So something like this. Oops. Makes it look a bit fuller. And notice my brush handle is going the same direction as my stroke. So I wouldn't recommend painting like this to make a line if you're trying to get that thin line. See how this is angled 90 degrees to this stroke? Instead, have it go this way. If you need to turn your paper to make that line go the way you want, you can. Like for this, I would turn it all the way this way. Whenever you're ready, you can apply those leaves to the bigger pineapples we painted earlier, these ovals. I'll go ahead and add those to here.
Stop short of the orange.
I did a little bit. I meant to pull it down further. I'm just afraid of covering it too much, so I'm going back in with the tip of the brush so I can have it go exactly where I want it. Like so. I'll do this. This is with lots and lots and lots of hours of practice. Oops. Oh, shoot. Try a different green for this one. Oops. I'm looking at this photo reference for ideas on where to put these leaves and how big to make them.
And on the photo, they've got little shadows on part of them too.
Yeah. I accidentally touched this one. Oops. Fill that back in.
Good work, everybody. Was there a Kleenex box up there?
Would you like this Kleenex?
Please.
Yeah.
I pour out one.
I can keep it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Which one are you looking
I
at?
don't know, maybe this one. Right now, please.
I think this one maybe if it were just longer.
This same one.
This one here,
Yeah.
it looks a little bit short compared to the other one. Yeah. There you go. Nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm not-
Time is it? Because I seriously.
What?
It's 2:39 right now. 2:40.
I have to leave at 3:15.
Oh, okay. We'll be done before then. We're going until 3 today.
What?
We're going on until 3 today. So we only have 20 minutes left actually to do the line work on here. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate the line work on the yellowish part of the pineapple. If everyone could look up for a little bit, and then you can go back to what you're working on. To do this one, I practiced on another sheet, on my warm-up sheet. I still have room on this one, so I'll do it on here. But it's essentially like painting or drawing fish scales, if you've ever done that as a child. I don't know, when I was in elementary school, we painted and drew fish like this, which is just a lot of arches on top of each other. And I used a color darker than what I painted the pineapple to make sure that it stands out. Wait, where'd it go? So on these ones, I used a darker orange. On this one, I even used some of the reddish orange on the bottom, and then on some of them, I started using a different color as I moved up, which kind of gives it some nice variation in color. But to practice, I'm gonna pick, let's say I use this brown here. And I'm using the smaller brush now because this is a finer detail. And make sure I have enough and it's not too watery. So this one isn't puddling much, it's quite dry, which is what I'm looking for. Because if it gets too watery, then the water kind of collects and it creates a blob instead of lines. So just somewhere on this paper, I'm gonna practice making arches. Just practicing making them kind of even, having them equal in height. Trying to make it kind of straight across. You might want to practice a few rows before you get the hang of it. It's almost as if you're writing the letter N, but without the stem, the lowercase n. And when you finish one row, the key to the second row is to have it go down on the middle of the top of the arch. So have it meet at the top here. So you can start the bottom of the arch at the top of the one below it. So for this one, I would start here and have it land on the middle of the next one. And if it's a bit uneven, that's okay. As long as you've got kind of a general repeating pattern, it'll look pretty nice. You do have a third sheet, so if you run out of space, you can do it on there, or if this one's dry, you can do it on the back side of this one.
Those are very, it's like a pumpkin.
Someone painting pumpkins?
Put a dot in each one.
I did put a dot. So these are slightly different. On this one, I put dots.
Some we put little lines.
Yeah, this one I put lines through the middle. It's a bit more complicated, but a line across and then a dot, a little bit of a line above it. Kind of like an upside down T, actually. This one I made from looking at this photo reference, which is what they seem to have, which is a line right here and then another line right there. So you can try both or just one of these variations. The one with a dot in the middle is a bit easier. If I were to do it on this practice sheet, I would put that dot just like right there in the center of each one. This is where it gets a little bit repetitive, but it's kind of relaxing. I'll show an example of one that has the T, upside down T in it. So this one's like that. We're doing lots of practice.
I'm happy to see some new faces today.
Yeah, me too.
Hi.
So now, how did you ever, when you started putting, okay, I see practicing the scallops, how in the world where do you start on the pumpkin? I mean, on the pineapple at the top.
Oh, like if I were to put it on the pineapple?
Right.
So I've been starting on the bottom. So if I show you on this smaller one, for example, I start down here as low as I can. And I just crop it wherever it ends. So this one only I managed to fit 2.5 maybe. And then I'll continue from the side here, just making sure where I started is at the top of an arch. Sometimes the top of the arch won't be there. Like on this one, for example, I'll just start here instead because I know I want it to land around there. And you just keep doing that over and over again until you go all the way across. If it's easier, you can, like on this one, since the arch is right there, I'll start here instead. And then fill it in later here.
Now I know how to do it behind this big, because it's hard to do on this small.
Yeah, that's why this is really tiny. It'll be easier on the bigger one if you've painted a large one like this one. So yeah, whenever you've gotten a little practice in and whenever you're comfortable, you can try a bigger one, making the bigger arches on here. I'll leave this one right here for reference. Let's see if I can leave this here too. There. Any questions about that part? Oh, everyone's busy. Okay. I look behind and everyone's working. How's it going, Jim? I see you got the green top version. Do you want to do the leaves next? Do you want to do the leaves next? The ones that go up here?
I just read it flow from.
Okay. I just noticed this was all the way over here. It should be closer to you. So you can mix your colors on here and see how they look before you put them on here. Yeah. That's your mixing palette. If you're waiting for that to dry, you could practice these on another sheet.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. I'm gonna look. The teacher. I understand how you feel. Anytime I'm making something new, I don't want to show anybody because it doesn't look good. I'm trying to hide it from everyone.
I think I'm getting
I'm gonna try like an orange for this one. Orange brown.
This is a genetically modified pineapple.
That's a good way of putting it.
What did you say?
Genetically modified pineapple. We'll ask Paul when we go to lunch.
Remember, you can use your warm-up and practice sheet to test out colors and practice brush strokes and shapes. And use your mixing palette to also test out colors and mix them on there. Whoops, mine's looking kind of crooked. Whoopsies. Mine's starting to...
Oh, now see, you're making a bigger hump. My humps are as big as yours.
Yeah, they can be taller. I think on my first practice one, I made them kind of short. But that's where the photo reference can come in handy too, to see what a real pineapple looks like.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Oops. Okay, I accidentally touched the paint on my paper. On this one, I'm trying to use the tip of my brush as much as I can, so I'm kind of holding my brush a bit more perpendicular to the paper.
If you make bigger humps, you don't have to make as many dots.
Yeah.
I think the really satisfying part is adding the center detail to each, I guess, scale, for lack of a better word, because they look like scales.
Yes, I made my humps way too small.
Yeah, if you don't like how it looks right now, on the next one you can adjust it. So if it's too small, on the next one make it bigger, or vice versa. Nice, okay. Alright, this one.
It takes a lot of practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a quilt.
Remember, this comes after a lot of boring hours of practice.
Where did you major in art?
Art Center College of Design in Pasadena.
Oh.
I majored in illustration, which is mostly painting and drawing.
And have you illustrated anything? Any books or anything?
Not books. Books is one area that it can be applied. I actually did sculptural work after I finished school because I was more interested in that. And then I did some illustrations I did some digital work, and then I don't think I really did much commercial illustration after I discovered teaching.
Very good. She stopped painting.
Does she enjoy it?
Huh?
Oh, she's too busy?
Yeah.
Other extracurriculars?
Well, she's a dancer, so she's everyday dancing.
Oh.
She sounds very artistic.
She is.
I should have made this taller, more oval. Good. Oh,
She's 14.
Oh.
Fresh books.
Young teenager.
She's on the stupid lot. She's
Oh, wow.
No, I'm done with that one. I'm just watching what she's doing.
Oh, nice. Color.
Who else is an artist?
All right.
Mine are so uneven. Instead of being a nice round, it goes.
I know, it takes practice to make it even. And a lot of concentration, too.
Yeah, well, I get concentration on making them uneven.
It's good practice. Well, once you finish the scales on here, then you can add the dots in the middle of each one. And I would start from the bottom and go up, just like how we did the arches. I think the dots are going to be easier than the T-shape, but I'll show both in case you want to try both. Using more or less the same color as the lines. I'm going to add a dot in the middle of each one of these. Row by row. And even as I was painting these earlier, I somehow missed some arches because there's just a lot of them. So it's a bit, can be a bit tricky. Just try to fill them all in.
I have to go.
Okay, bye. Thanks for
Do that
coming.
next. It depends on. It's fun.
Good. Yeah, I know each week is different.
My goal is to make trouble.
Well, maybe we'll better later.
I think it looks better when it's in the middle.
How'd you make it?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I like a little, oh, it's green.
I tried, this is a less ripe pineapple, just as an experiment.
I know, that's good.
And this one I'll do the upside down T shape. Oops. Oh, wait, this is a little bit tricky. You have to use the very tip of the brush. So this one's harder.
You know when you're sitting down?
A steady hand certainly helps.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This one is a harder. I maybe would have, if I could redo this, I would make this one a bigger pineapple because this is very fine.
Oh, we must have just washed them. Yeah. Good, because I was thinking.
We're 3 minutes away from finishing class, but depending on what's happening in this room, maybe you can stay longer if you like to. I have to ask Jocelyn. Usually this is right before lunch and everyone takes off, but I don't know if there are any other activities to go to after this. Very spiky looking pineapples. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm tracing over these green lines with brown just to give it some more variation in color. It doesn't look as flat if I introduce another color here.